Our core mission at ABA is really to help independent bookstores. And I make light of that. I should say we still work with Barnes & Noble and we still work with Borders. And in fact, by far, our largest competition in the US now is Amazon. It's not even close. We have much more in common with our chain colleagues than we did maybe 15 years ago. But anyway, on the DRM front, the publishers kind of still don't get it. So, what's ABA doing about all of this? First, we have a web platform called IndieCommerce. This is a turnkey e-commerce-enabled web solution we make available to our members for a fee. It has a 4 million title database, a search engine, shopping cart, and it allows them to have a website at their URL to upload their content, their staff picks, their event schedule, whatever they want to do. And it's very flexible. We just relaunched it on a new open source platform last year. We're very pleased with it, but it wasn't quite good enough. So our board of directors appropriated a substantial sum of money to upgrade this product to prepare for ebooks and to prepare for digital. So in the next 6 to 8 weeks, we're launching a completely retooled search engine, a better product page, and a better checkout process. We have phase 2 of development, which we'll do next year. So that's the first thing we're doing, is we're building the base off of which we can sell digital product, or rather we can empower our members to sell digital product to their consumers. Second, we're exploring opportunities with different aggregators. I'm guessing most of you at some point have read about Google Editions. This is Google's entry into the ebook market. And actually, before I talk about Google, ABA currently partners with the Ingram Book Company. They're our largest national wholesaler in the US, and they do a fantastic job selling print books. Nobody can pick, pack, and ship a print book as well as the Ingram Book Company and get it to you very quickly. And in fact, in our IndieCommerce product, Ingram provides consumer direct fulfillment services. So if I, as a customer, go to the tatteredcover.com, a bookstore in Denver, Colorado, and I order a book, and Tattered Cover doesn't have it, and I want it shipped, Ingram will ship that book in a Tattered Cover labeled box and invoice, so it looks like it came from Tattered Cover, and it comes in a day or two. It's a very efficient system. Ingram also aggregates digital content. They don't quite have the handle on that yet that they do on print books, but we're partnering with them currently. So if you go to an IndieCommerce website, you will see some ebooks there. Much more important to us is what Google is doing. Google Editions are, here I'll talk tech a second. They're cloud-based device-agnostic ebooks. What that means, rather than downloading the book to my iPhone, when I want to read it, I will access it on a Google server. The experience is the same to me. I don't know the difference. But what it means is that wherever I go, I access the book on the same point I left off. Do I have to be online? Actually, I don't. And I don't pretend to understand this. They have some way of using the memory on whatever device I'm using for retaining enough of it that I can read some offline as well. But this means it will work in a web browser, as well as different applications they're developing for mobile devices. And they're also going to make it available in formats that will work with the Sony Reader, I believe Kobo, and the Nook. So it is device agnostic, meaning it doesn't matter what device is using it, which is great for us because we've been shut out of all the devices to date. Because all of the devices in the US wirelessly connect to a seller. Sony has a Sony ebook store. So I buy my Sony e-reader, I open it up, I turn it on, it goes to the Sony ebook store. Now, can I go shop an independent bookstore and get content onto that device? I can, if I tether it to my computer. But that's not quite good enough. Well, we're going to be steering our customers toward multi-use devices, and we're going to be featuring Google Editions prominently. When is this coming? Google's very cagey about the dates. What they've said publicly is in time for this year's holiday season, for Christmas this year, and we believe, from what we've seen, they will absolutely make that, and by quite a lot, we think. This, we believe, is imminent. A very, very important part of our strategy. ABA has an app for the iPhone. If you have an iPhone, you can search for an app called IndieBound, I-N-D-I-E, Bound, all one word, which is a marketing program ABA provides to its members to promote the value of shopping in locally independent businesses. We provide marketing collateral so our members can promote that to their customers. The IndieBound app allows someone to search for a bookstore, allows someone to search for a book, to see curated lists of books, and we are adding ebook components to it. It's not a reader, and it's not a selling device, but you can click through on it. There's a button to buy it, and it will take you to the bookstore's Indie Commerce website so you can buy it all from your mobile device. We will be partnering with publishers in the not-too-distant future. They are very interested in this, in bundling. And the idea here is that you'll buy a print book in the US for $25, a hardcover book, and rather than paying full freight for the ebook as well, maybe for $2 additional, so for $27, you'll get the print book and the ebook together. Publishers are very interested in this. This favors brick and mortar bookstores as well, and we think there's a future for this. We're not quite there yet. In the US, we have a very fractured point of sale system market. There are 5 different vendors serving our 1,400 members, very evenly divided among those 1,400 members, and all 5 vendors, none of them are cash rich, so new development is not an easy thing. So there are some challenges here, but we think this is an opportunity moving forward. Retail level print on demand. Is there an espresso machine in New Zealand?
It's just coming.
In Australia, okay. The little cups of coffee, you don't have little cups of coffee here? No. The espresso machine is a retail level print on demand machine. It's about, maybe it's the length of one of these tables here, twice as high and twice as wide. And what it does is it prints and binds a book in 3 to 5 minutes. So you start with a digital file, and it prints and binds a book in your store. Now you can see the immediate appeal of this. So you're never out of stock on anything. Well, the problem to date is publishers are not making their files for backlist or really new frontlist available to stores who have these machines. We have about half a dozen independent bookstore members who use this machine. Only half a dozen because it's about $100,000, this machine. So it is very expensive. We expect that price to come down. We expect the machine to get smaller, and we expect more stores to play. The stores who are using it have found themselves in the self-publishing business. Somebody comes in, I've written a book, I'd like to get 25 copies printed. I have a family memoir. I have my grandmother's recipes I'd like bound in a book for all my cousins. And those machines, you know what? Those machines are going all day long, and they're actually finding it profitable. And we're seeing some other stores talk about partnering on a machine and finding a neutral location to put it. So in the long term, you can see some potential. In the short term, there is actually a business model. And it's another trend that we're following very, very closely to see how it goes. Because again, it's 6 of our most prominent members who have taken the plunge and made this investment. And this is recent. This machine's been in development for years. It's been almost a decade. I've been hearing about retail level print on demand. It's just gaining traction now. It's probably where ebooks were 10 years ago.